Hi everyone, this is Dr. Khalid Arshad from Abid Inamdar Senior College, Azam Campus, Pune.
So we are going to understand the chapter number 1. In this we are understanding introduction to organizational behavior. First we will understand meaning of organizational behavior, what exactly organizational behavior is. So organizational behavior is the academic study of how people interact within groups. The principles of the study of organizational behavior are applied primarily in attempts to make business operate more effectively. So this is what we can say as an official definition, but in simple way we can understand that in organization, in companies, people they work in groups, and how behavior of people changes in group, how interaction changes in group. A study of that changes that behavior is called organizational behavior. Next thing which we are going to understand is elements of organizational behavior. So there are mainly 4 elements which create the environment of organizational behavior. First is people, the humans working in an organization. These are the primary thing that is the core of organizational behavior subject. Since it deals with psychology, so people are primary element. Then we have structure, how people are designed, assigned in that structure. Like a person if sitting on managerial post or director level post, so there will be a variation between responsibilities and designation of these two people. That is what is called a structure. So a person just joined a company will be on lower level of position than person previously occupying a higher level from that company, or a fresher person joined as a junior executive in a company will be lower in at a lower hierarchical position with a person already possessing a managerial position in that organization. So that's structure. And then third is technology, what technology that company is working, that environment, that organization is working. Technology means the use of machineries for production of goods, softwares for production of goods, or manufacturing methodology, or whatever technologies that company utilizes for their process, that is simply technology. And last is external environmental factor like political, economical, socio-cultural, technological. These external environment, what external changes are there in the environment and what impacts they make on that organization, on that people, that entire combination creates elements of OB. Change in any of these factors results in change in organizational behavior. That's why we call them elements. Now the next thing which we are going to understand is models of organizational behavior. That's very important to understand. First we will understand what model is. Model is something by which we can assess an organization, that in this situation, in this style, that organization is working. So there are mainly 4 models: autocratic, custodial, supportive, and collegial model. In autocratic model, bosses they work because of power they possess. They believe that because of people are listening, and simply this happens when people in that organization listen to their bosses because they possess more power than them. And management orientation in this model is authority. One person is having authority, that's why people are listening. For example, just understand about Indian Army. If a senior commander orders to a soldier to do something, that soldier has to follow that, because the senior is having more power, and because of that power that person can give punishment to that soldier if not listen to the order. So here authority and power that matters in this model. Then obedience, that is what is employee orientation in this model. Employee will just obey the orders, that their psychology will be designed like that. Psychological result will be dependency on boss. Whatever boss is telling, I just have to do that. I don't have to think, because boss is having power. If I do not do that, there will be a negative result out of that. Employee needs met in this model is substance need, and the performance result is minimum. Whatever entire organization is taking effort, performance will be minimum. Overall performance will be minimum. Next model is custodial. In this, boss is also having power, but that power is because of monetary power that person is having. The person who is ordering, that person is having more economic resources. In simple example, if employee will obey the order of bosses because that employee believes that the boss will give reward in terms of monetary benefit or economic resources, and that's why that person believes the or follows the order of that person. And here management orientation is monetary. Whatever money that company is giving, because of that company is going on managerial position. Then employee orientation in that will be security and benefit. Employee will work because they believe that we are secure if we listen to our bosses, and we will get benefit because we are following instruction of boss who is possessing economic resources. In this, employee psychological result will be dependence in organization, and need which will mate of employee will be security from job, security from not removing from company, security from not having tough task in the job, that employee needs will mate in this. And the performance result will be passive cooperation. There will be a cooperation, but that not a active cooperation. Employee will simply listen to boss and try to support that, because employee is also getting monetary benefit from that. Next is supportive model. In supportive model, basis of model is leadership. Here, people are following instruction of bosses because they are getting support from boss. Boss is telling that you do that work. If something happens, I am behind you. That support is there, and because of that, employee, they work in that organization, their psychologies change in that way. So management orientation in that will be support, and employee orientation will be job performance to increase the performance at the job, and psychological result will be participation, because employee believes that if something goes wrong, there will be a boss behind us, there will be a support behind us. And the needs which employee will get satisfied are states and recognition, because employee is performing and employee will get the recognition. Now performance result will be awakened drives. Employee will start thinking that this way we can improve the quality of work, this way we can improve the results. And after that we have collegial model. That is the last model of OB, where people, they work because not they have one boss, instead the boss become their colleague. Boss doesn't tell them that I am behind you, if something happens I am there. Instead boss tell them that I am with you and we have to do that work. So boss becomes part of that team, and because of that, management orientation will be teamwork, and employee orientation will be responsible behavior. Employee will work with responsibility, and their goal will be towards organization's success. Employee psychological result will be self-discipline. Employee will try to have self-discipline, because now boss is working with them and they feel that they are participated, their ideas, their contribution is taking into consideration in that organization. What employee needs met is self-actualization. Here, this is part of Maslow's need hierarchy theory, where this is the second last need a person can have. From that self-actualization, employee really realizes that this is what I am and this is how I can perform. And what performance result will be moderate enthusiasm, that there will be increased performance from all the previous three models, and employee contribution will increase in that model. So this is what is the models of organizational behavior. I believe these concepts are clear to you. Next concept we will understand in next video.
Thank you so much for paying attention, and have a wonderful time ahead.